Hello and welcome to Titanium Talas Tarot, and today I will be doing a collective pull for the week, the week a week that's coming next week. So yes, tomorrow and the 6 following days. Yes. Alright, so today I'm gonna do things a little differently. Well, there's no real set way of doing it on the collective pull day. Right, so today I'm going to use my crystal reading cards, okay, to kind of set the tone of what type of energy we need to embody for next week so that we know what will be needed from us to be able to heal ourselves, heal our mentality and things of that sort during next week, right? Yes. So this is for my collective, it's for everybody. It's also timeless, which means that whenever you watch this is when it applies. All right. So with that being said, let's get into the card, shall we? So I thought of doing something another added bonus today. I'm gonna flip through my secret daily teachings of the secret booklet, and I will be pulling a lesson that could help us today. So I'm just waiting. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I got hematite. Grounding. We need to ground ourselves. Well, there's many ways to ground. Right? There is you might just picture yourself being a tree and having roots that keep you attached to the ground. Or you might just take your shoes off and put your feet on the ground, not asphalt, just the ground, right? Or grass, whichever. And then imagining that you have this something from your core goes to the center of the earth. That is another. And yes. So those are just ideas that might help. Now, let me see. Hematite. For grounding. Hematite. Look at this gorgeous rock. Comes in various shapes. Okay. Researchers have discovered that the center of the earth is made of hematite formed in the geometry of dodecahedrons. Excuse me. Being in the presence of this magical crystal naturally assists you to connect deeply to the heart of the planet, grounding your roots and foundations into the earth. The medicine of hematite assists in detoxing on all levels, mind, body, and spirit, and is the most powerful grounding crystal on the planet. Crystal healing meaning purifies and cleanses the blood and assists in healing blood disorders, grounds and connects to the center of the earth, enhancing manifestation skills, encourages gentle healing after shock or trauma. So, I mean, from what I know, your mind is a very powerful tool. So if you cannot procure this specific rock, I suggest that what you can do is imagine yourself having roots that go to the center of the earth. And in that way, imagine yourself grounding. You know, like I said, there's multiple ways to ground. Going outside is a way to ground. Or you can also buy Amy Scott Grant's and Terry Robnett's book called Grounding Energy. I actually wrote in that, and it'll give you an idea in many different ways of grounding, many different. Okay, and that book has like people that wrote in it. Also, yes, and we can ways to ground, yes. And if you're interested, actually, just send me a holler, send me a message, send me an email at the email at the box below, or leave a message, and I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can utilize this. Yes. So that just came to mind. Maybe I should keep those to myself. I'm too talkative. Alright, I also wanted to pull a Daily Teachings of the Secret. I think I've done this before. Wait. Okay. When you have made up your mind what you want to do, say to yourself 1,000 times a day that you will do it. The best way will soon open. You will have the opportunity you desire. Christian D. Larson, 1874 to 1954. And written in your forces and how to use them. Now, the one thing that came to mind when I read this would be speak in the present tense, because that way, right, you will be able, am I talking? Alright, speak in the present tense to really solidify what you want, because if you talk in the future, you can't really affect the future and you can't really affect the past. What you can affect is right now, this present moment. So speak with in the present tense to make sure that you create what you want in the present moment. Okay? That is the best. And talk of it as you are doing it right now, so that the universe can hear that. Not only the universe, but you, your higher self. Because the one person that can hear you only 100% of the time is you. Okay? So, I mean, think about it. If you can hear yourself 100% of the time, so the little voice inside your head, which is saying things that you don't want other people to hear, but that you hear, will affect you. And the reason why I'm saying that is because our thoughts are electrical currents. An electrical current, because we are made of 70% water, our body, similar to the earth, which is made up of 70% water, right? And because we know that our thoughts are electrical currents that go through our entire body via the nervous system, okay, it affects our entire entity. And if we get zapped, well, not zapped, but if we get electrical current in every single one of our cells, our thoughts, okay, affect us throughout our entire body. So whatever you think, whenever you think it, will affect you greatly. All right? And so that is why it is crucial for us to be attentive to our thoughts, attentive to our feelings, attentive to our actions, because all of them have an effect on us. And you have to think with the end in mind. Okay, you have to think with, I want this to happen. So if you want this to happen, you have to set yourself up to think that way. Not only think that way, but feel that way and act that way. And I mean, I say these three things, but in reality, it starts with a feeling. So you want to make sure that the way you feel is aligned with what you want to create in your life. Because if it is not, well then, it won't happen the way you want it to happen. What you'll get is something completely different. And that is one of the key elements of this plane of existence. Knowing that, number one, you affect your reality through the way you feel, what you put out, how you interact with others. Everything is interconnected. Everything. And that is what is going to cause a little bit of friction, a little bit of difficulty. Because, let's face it, when people are not open to the idea that we are all one, because we are, if we're all connected, okay, on this planet, in this universe, if we're all connected, that means we are all one. We are all part of the God entity, God consciousness. And if we're all a part of God consciousness, that means we're all a part of God. Think of God as the body. And if we are all the cells in the body, then, I mean, why are we killing each other? Why are there wars? Why are there wars? I'm trying to think of it. Genocides, wars, all those things. You know, mass population displacement, whatever. It's why? We are all one. We are all of the same species. We might have different, our genetic code might be a little different from one another, but in reality, we are all the same. We might look different, but we are all the same. We are all made up of the same building blocks. Everything on this planet, everything is made up of the same building blocks. Okay? So there is no separation. There is no difference. There is no whatever. We are all made of the same atoms, same electrons, same protons, the same neutrons. We're made up of the same shit, people. Why in the world would we dislike our brothers and sisters? I don't comprehend, right? Now, I guess that is what God wanted us to do, because we are here. We are here living, experiencing the world, so that God, or collective consciousness, can learn from us, right? So in that sense of the word, people who do wrong, people who go off the handle, people who are killers, people who are normal folk, people who are cashiers, people who are villains, everything that has a place in this universe. It's kind of, I know it's not the, it's like, why? But, and I think I read that in Conversations with God from Neil Donald Walsh. Yes. Where God wanted to experience itself, so through us. And when I say us, I'm not just talking about human beings, I'm talking about any form of living being. Like, it could be a phytoplankton, it could be a giraffe, it could be a lion, whichever. Okay? Everything on this planet. God wanted to experience itself, so it's living through us. It wanted to learn. The way I see it, and this is my perception, if you're not of the same mind, that's fine. I love it, right? We all have the right for our thoughts. So, to me, in reality, this is a bit weird, but to me, God is like a creator. Well, he is the creator. It is the creator, right? It created, and now it's just looking, watching to see what's gonna happen. Just like a mad scientist. I mean, I know this is like over exaggeration, but to me, this is hilarious. And if you think that God does not like humor, something is definitely wrong. Because if God is the creator of everything that is on this planet, God also created humor. And if you don't laugh, just a tiny bit, you gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself. Yep. God is everything and nothing at the same time. He is... Why am I saying he? I'm so used to it. It. He, she, it. You know, that kind of reminds me of that one time I had this class with a binary, with a, I don't know the exact terms, and I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone, but with non-gender specific teacher, and it was amazing because we talked of, I actually asked him, like, how should I call you? Do I call you he, she, or it? And he's like, and he laughed, but he's used to it. And I know I opened the preface with saying I'm not trying to offend you. I just would like to know, you know, how to call you. What like, what word to use. And he's like, I'm used to he, so you can use he. I'm like, okay. You know, you're never sure. And it's one of the most important things to take yourself out of the not being offended by people because they don't mean it. They're just talking from their experience, right? So they're just talking from their experience and they are projecting unknowingly. But you know better. You know you're not what they're saying you are. So you don't have to play with their game and feed their, how do we say it? Feed their thoughts. Feed their, like, small-mindedness or whatever. You know, just be yourself and let them be them and just live your life. That is also part of God consciousness. How do you think we live together in peace and harmony? By letting the other be and not really trying to fix him, which is key in any sort of relationship. You are not trying to fix the person. You are just taking them as they are and loving them for it. With everything. If they want to change, they will change by themselves. And it'll take the time it'll take. But don't force, like, stay away from forcing them. Notice how I changed that? I changed don't to stay away from, because the universe does not hear negation, like I've said before. It hears what you talk about, what you put importance on. So what you concentrate is what you create, basically. So I believe that we are all the gods of our universe being our lives. We have a way to model our world by the way we speak. Our speech is very powerful. So the way you phrase things is hyper important. Okay? And I think I talked a little... Well, I talked and what needed to come out came out. And this is when my mind was like, stop. Alright, so that is all that I have for you guys this week. If you guys like this and if you would like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below and it will be my pleasure to help. Alright? In the box below, you'll also find my fee and a little description of the video. So, with that being said, I wish you all a very good week and I will see you next time. Bye!